Hi guys, thanks for tuning back into my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a root shadow at home on yourself. All the products that I'm using I got from Sally's Beauty Supply. So if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Okay, real quick, let me preface this by saying I am not a licensed cosmetologist, so take advice from me at your own risk. This is just something that works for me because oftentimes I leave the salon really disappointed and out a lot of money just because the stylist and I don't have like the same vision or understanding of what I'm asking. Even if I've shown multiple pictures of exactly what I want and felt like I described it in depth, there's just been like some type of miscommunication probably about 90% of the time. So I just feel more confident doing my hair myself, and that way if I mess it up, then it's my own fault and then I'm not out like hundreds of dollars either. So that just makes me feel better. So with that said, let's get into it. Hey guys, so first step that you want to do before you color your hair is change into a shirt that you don't particularly love. This one, I prefer a black shirt just because I'm using dark dyes anyways, so that's going to hide anything if I do stain the shirt. This is an old one of my husband's that has Darth Vader holding a boombox, so this is my hair coloring shirt. So let me show you what we're working with. This is my hair. I did get it trimmed yesterday, which ideally if you're going to color it, you want to get it trimmed after. Yeah. Also, again, I'm not a licensed professional. This is just something that I do that works for me and saves me a lot of money in the long run. So this is my hair. This is not my natural color. My natural color used to be somewhat close to this, but reds tend to change over the years. So I've already gotten like a lot of gray hairs, especially in the crown of my head, and my roots are coming in like a dirty blonde slash light brown, but it's like a dull mousy shade that I'm not particularly fond of. So my hair's really dirty right now, so excuse the oiliness. It's going on like day 4, but I left the oils because that's going to like help protect my hair also while I'm coloring it, and I'm going to wash it all at the end anyway, so it's dirty right now. So I have a little bit of regrowth somewhere between like 1/4 and 1/2 inch. It blends better towards the top of my head because it's a dirty blonde, but then as it goes back farther, like back here, it's turning into like a brown, and it's like significantly darker. So I don't know if you can see back here. I don't know if that shows at all, but there's like probably the space, well, about the space between my nails of regrowth. So it's time to touch it up. But because reds fade so quickly, just because that color molecule is very large, and especially if your hair is porous, your hair can't hold on to that color molecule as well as it can any other color. So reds fade really fast. So every time I touch up my roots, even if I buy the same color dye and everything, it'll be really vibrant and really like, I don't know, really red and vibrant and good looking at my roots where I just colored my regrowth, and then it's like faded and a different shade of red down here. So normally what happens is I end up just doing my whole head again. Well, if you're doing that like every 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, well, I'd probably wait about 8 weeks. That's really harsh on the ends of your hair. So the ends of my hair have been like really dry and having a lot of split ends lately and stuff. So then I have to get trims more frequently. Well, then my hair's not growing or appearing to grow as fast as I would like it to, because I just keep having to cut everything off to keep it healthy. So what I need to do is find a style that allows like easy to low maintenance on the roots, but keeps my ends healthy so that I'm not recoloring them. So something that's been super trendy in probably it's like 2017 too, but especially you see it a lot last year, 2018, and going into 2019 is a shadow root. So that's just where you have this kind of like more natural, dark, smoky root area that is color melted and blended out into your mid shaft and the rest of your hair. So super, super pretty. It's very, very trendy. And then it's more low maintenance too, because as your roots grow out, they're kind of blending in into that shadow that you created up there. I need low maintenance roots where I'm not like touching the rest of my hair with dye all the time. So if I do a root shadow in kind of like a rich, like chocolatey brown, maybe a tiny bit of burgundy color, like a brown burgundy in my roots, that's gonna hold pigment a lot better because those brown shades, and it's not so much a red shade. So I can just do my root touch-ups just on the regrowth and let everything else just remain how it is. Okay, blah, 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 blah. That was like a ton of talking. All right, let me show you the inspiration pic for this. I don't know if you guys, is that really bad? Okay, this is what we're going off of. So she has that really deep like chocolate / mahogany root shadow that is just like color melted into the rest of her hair, and then she has a little bit brighter copper highlight through the hair as well, but they're not like symmetrical even highlights. It's more of a balayage highlight. So first step, we need to brush the hair and section it. I've already sprayed a little bit of this Ion Pre-Color treatment on there, and it's just an equalizer, so it fills in where your hair is more porous so that the color will absorb more evenly. Because I do have some old bleach on there from this summer. I had kind of a balayage into like a golden blonde. Not throughout my whole hair, but like highlights. So those areas are more porous and they don't hang on to color as well as I would like them to. So we've done that. Now we're going to section the hair. And I'm not sure how many sections. I'm going to do like small section. Okay, so this is really cute. I've got 6 sections, and then I've got just a little bit left out in the back to start with, gloves on. I mixed up the color. For my root shadow, I'm using a Demi permanent, so basically it has no ammonia in it, and it's good for about 24 washes. So to me that should last me like almost 3 months, maybe 2.5. And so you want to find the level of your hair color to start with, and then you want to go down a level or 2 for your root shadow. So what I did is I got a level 4G medium golden brown, which is just a really rich chocolatey color, and then a 3RV, which is like a burgundy brown. So this is going to be like a level 3.5 because I'm going to use equal parts of these to get a lot of rich chocolatey pigments, but also that burgundy brown in there. And then I used a 10 volume developer because you do need it to open up the cuticle a little bit for the hair dye to get into your hair shaft. I also used a little bit of this Ion Absolute Perfector, what is this? Absolute Perfection Booster Step 1. This is like a pH bonder, supposedly, from doing research. And then some people have compared this to Olaplex. It's probably not as good as Olaplex, but I do notice when I use this versus when I don't, the integrity of my hair feels a lot better, and it just applies a lot better too. So this is our base, which is like a crazy looking color. It won't be this color on my hair. We're gonna put that just probably about that much on the roots, and then kind of blend down a little bit with the finger. And then after we complete a section or 2, I'm gonna go back in with this. This is also a Demi Permanent 5R. It's a light red brown, and this is what we're gonna use to color melt and blend with our fingers down into the rest of the hair. After we've gone through a bunch of sections with that, or probably all of them, I'm gonna go back in. This is a permanent. It's a level 7 RC. I'm not a 7, so this won't lighten my hair, but it's gonna deposit a little bit of pigment and tone. It's like a really bright, beautiful copper, just to add some highlights and some brighter pieces. And that one is a permanent, but I want those to stay. And then if I don't like how my root shadow looks, it will eventually fade and wash out, and I'm not left with banding. So I'm not a hairstylist, that's just what I've learned about. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos while I do this just because I enjoy that. So let's go. And if I have no idea what I'm doing in the back of my head. Like, I think that I know what I'm doing, but I can't see what I'm doing, so. Okay guys, we're back. So this looks like a mess, but hopefully it turns out. So I did all of the dark base and then the kind of color melting with a little bit lighter color. And then I have like a ton of dye left over, so definitely used way too much. And I still have half in each of the bottles. So I just mixed up the, like a really coppery color. Oh, that's cute. With a 20 volume developer. This one is permanent, just to add some highlights. So I'm gonna kind of start at the bottom and just grab like random little sections and kind of blend, like put the color all over it and blend it into the existing Demi permanent color. And then we'll wash it out and see what it looks like. So first I'm gonna put some of the hair up and out of the way. And the processing time for the Demi permanent is 25 minutes. Okay guys, so it is the next day. I didn't have time to film it last night because Rick and I wanted to go on an adventure. So I just kind of like rough dried it with a blow dryer. And these are the results. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to show it in like natural lighting. Like up here. Okay, the technique and that blending did a really good job. I will say that the Demi permanent dye, I feel like it's 2 levels darker than I expected it to be, because this is almost a black, but it's gonna fade. And I wanted it to be a little bit more like rich chocolatey / a little bit of burgundy color in it, and it's not quite that. It doesn't look bad, and I think it'll fade nicely. It's just not exactly what I thought would happen from mixing the colors. So keep that in mind, that Demi permanent might not mix the way you've maybe previously tried mixing permanent colors, because I can kind of pretty well guesstimate when I do it with a permanent color the outcome, and I've been about spot on with what I thought it would be each time. Also, a smart thing to do is a strand test first, so you know exactly what it's going to look like. I just kind of went all in because I was like, whatever, it's going to fade. But But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the results. It's a very like deep root shadow, and I've not really seen root shadows on auburn or redheads. So yeah, I like it, and that's going to help me keep up with my roots better and keep dye off the rest of my hair. That red color that we put in, the level 5, didn't really show up a whole lot, but it helped to blend out that deeper root color as well. And then the copper permanent that we put on some random strands just made them like a tiny bit brighter, so it didn't really make a big difference on my hair. But I feel like it was worth it to me to do it myself and try it myself and learn from that, rather than go somewhere and potentially get frustrated and not like my results. So I'm happy with it. I think it looks nice and it'll fade really well. And then next time I'm going to do a root shadow with the same level as my hair. So my hair is probably like a level 6, somewhere in there. Maybe a 5. Somewhere around a 6. So I think I'll get the same level and then expect it to be a couple levels deeper on my roots. So it might be like a level 4 instead of this, which is like a level 2, which I wanted more of a level 4, but that's okay because it's going to fade and we learn from it and it's fine. And then at the end, I did tint my eyebrows. I don't know if you can see. I just put some on a Q-tip, the same color as the roots on a Q-tip, and left it for about 4 minutes and then washed it off, just to kind of, you know, you want your eyebrows to kind of match your roots more than like the ends of your hair. So that is the finished look. I'm not mad about it, and it's cute when you pull it back too, because it just gives like a lot of dimension, and instead of just having like one flat color, and it's very trendy this year as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. The one after this is going to be a review on some really popular high quality hot tools, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to style my hair now with them just so you can see what it looks like styled. And that is it. So thank you guys. Bye.